Okay, let's get started. Sit yourself down in a comfortable position, cross-legged or on your knees. And take a moment to really sit up straight from the lower back. So just tilting the pelvis forward ever so slightly, maintaining the lumbar curve. Draw your low belly in and up, lift your chest, rising up through the sternum here. Shoulders come down and back, and then resting your hands gently on your legs. And then close your eyes and arrive in your body. Arrive with your breath. Bringing your awareness down into your toes, feet and ankles. And into the shins, calves and knees. Bringing your awareness up through the thighs to the pelvis. Feeling the sitting bones grounding down onto the floor or a cushion. And then bring your awareness up through your torso, perhaps lifting the chest a little bit more as you do so. Bringing your awareness into the shoulders, down through your arms to your hands. Feeling the contact between the palms of your hands and your legs. And then bringing your awareness up into the neck and head. Relaxing all the facial muscles, the jaw, tongue, lower lip, upper lip, nose and cheeks. The eyes, eyelids, eyebrows and forehead. Everything soften. And just noticing any physical, emotional, mental tension that you're bringing with you. Not to judge it or criticize it, but just to become aware of how you are in this moment. And then we take 3 deep, intentional breaths together. Inhaling right down deep into the belly, really using the diaphragm. And exhale, feel gravity drawing the sitting bones down into the ground. Inhale, breathing wide into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And exhale, relaxing the shoulders down and back one more. And then inhale right down deep into the belly, out into the sides and the back of the rib cage, all the way up to the top of the lungs. And exhale, let it go. Let your day so far go. And set an intention to be here for the next hour with your body, with your breath, as we practice together. Okay, open your eyes, interlace your hands in front of you, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push the palms away, tips of the thumbs touching, little fingers crossed. Draw the belly in and up, stabilize the torso, take another breath in, and breathing out, just moving in the shoulder sockets, keeping the entire torso really stable. So if you're very tight in the shoulders, perhaps you're only coming to here, only going so far as you can without going into a back bend, really keeping the spine in a neutral position. Then lift up out of the waist, use the arms to lengthen the torso, And feel the stretch down the sides of the body from hips to armpits to wrists. Keep that belly drawing in and up. Squeeze your inner arms together towards your ears. Resist away with the palms, really active through the whole arm. Keeping the breath flowing. Lift up a little bit more. And then slowly release the arms. If you're in a cross-legged position, release your legs. If you're on your knees, you can stay there. And then cross the legs the other way. So bringing the other shin or foot in front, however you're choosing to sit. And then tilt the pelvis forward slightly, draw the belly in, maintain the lumbar curve, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders down and back, and rest your hands gently on your thighs, rising up through the crown of the head. Then interlace your hands the other way, so less dominant thumb on top. Take a breath in and breathing out, push the palms away, tips of the thumbs touching, little fingers crossed. Take another breath in and breathing out, start to move on the out breath. Really stabilizing the torso, keeping the low belly drawing in and bringing the arms up as much as you can without going into a back bend. And really lift up out of the waist, lengthen the torso using the arms, feeling that stretch down the side of the body. And then squeeze your upper arms towards each other as you resist away with the heels of the hands. Really active with the arms. Keep that low belly drawing in. Crown of the head rising up. Breath smooth in and out through the nose. And then slowly release your arms down. Release your hands. And release your legs. And make your way up to the standing position. I'm gonna turn my light on. It's a bit dark in here. Maybe a little bit better. So standing with the feet together, start to bring your awareness down into the soles of the feet. Notice what that feels like. Notice if perhaps your weight is forward in the toes or back in the heels. And then ground down through the heel of the right foot. Pick the ball of the foot up, stretch it forwards and spread the toes nice and wide. Ground down through the heel of the left foot. Pick the ball of the foot up, stretch it forward and spread out the toes. Bring the body weight back so that the hips are stacked over the heels. Engage the quadriceps, lifting the kneecaps up. Draw the belly in and up, lift the chest and extend the fingers down towards the floor. This is mountain pose. So a sense of lift up the center and the front of the body, the inner arches of the feet lifting, kneecaps lifting, front of the pelvis lifting, belly lifting in and up, chest lifted, crown of the head rising up. And then the shoulder blades, the fingertips drawing down, the heels of the feet grounding firmly into the earth. And then maintaining all this alignment and stability, take a breath in and breathing out, extend the arms out to the sides. Really stretch your fingertips away, wide palms, long fingers, stretching across the chest and upper back. Then turn the arms in the shoulder sockets, take another breath in, and as you're breathing out, start to reach the arms up above the head, palms facing in towards each other. And then again, lift up out of the waist, use the arms to lengthen the torso, stretching the sides of the body. And then take the mind back to the feet. Is the body weight still back in the heels? Are the kneecaps still lifting? Is the belly in and up? Stretching up through the fingertips, still really wide palms, long fingers. Breath flowing in and out. And then keeping that lift in the spine, bring the arms out, turn in the shoulder sockets, and release them down. Remember this feeling, we come back to mountain pose in between the standing postures. And bring your hands on your hips, bend your knees, and step or hop to a wide stride for the second warrior pose. 2 heels in one line, outside edges of the feet parallel, body weight back, engage the quadriceps, belly in and up, inhale, outstretch the arms, extend the fingers away. Turn your left foot in slightly and your right foot out 90 degrees. Have a look down, check that you've turned it out far enough so that the inside edge of the foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat. 4 corners of the torso still facing the front. Draw the belly in, inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, sit down, but really keep the mind in the back foot. So push that heel down, keep this quadricep engaged as you sit down to the right. Check your torso is still directly above the hips, so you're not leaning over, but the crown of the head is still rising up directly above the hips. And then finally, turn your head to look along your right arm. So the back leg is really the anchor of the posture. So your left leg here, really push that heel down, lift the inner arch of the foot up, keep the quadricep lifted. And then from there, with that anchor, you can sit down a little bit more towards the right. Push your right knee towards the little toe side of the foot. So if you have a peek down, you should be able to see your big toe past your knee. Draw the belly in and up. Lift the chest and really extend the fingers away. Shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears, and maybe just check your back arm behind you hasn't drooped down. Check it's still up in line with the shoulder. Keep the breath flowing, gazing at a single point, and see if you can sit down a little bit more. And then turn your head to the front, straighten that leg, stay there, but just rest your arms a moment. And we're going to go straight into extended side angle on that pose. So bring your hands on this side, bring your hands to your hips, draw your elbows back, belly in, inhale, lift the chest, and bend that knee again, pushing it back. Take the elbow to the knee, draw the belly in and start to turn the tummy and the waist up towards the ceiling. Take this top arm up and over and extend the fingertips away. You can either keep the elbow on the knee or bring it down behind the foot. If you're bringing it down, push the knee into the elbow. If you've got the elbow on the knee, use the elbow to push the knee back. Turn the whole torso up towards the ceiling. And the straight leg really active, pushing that left heel down, inner arch up, quadricep lifted, extending the fingertips away, finding the stretch down the whole side of the body. And then bring the gaze to the front, keep the knee bent, come up again through warrior two, and then straighten that leg. Turn the feet round, relax the arms, check you've still got 2 heels in one line, body weight back, nearly fall over if you're me, engage your quadriceps, and lift the chest. Okay, outstretch the arms, turn now this foot, right foot in a little bit, and then turn the left foot out all the way. I've already been dancing for 3 hours this morning, so excuse me if I need to buffer for a bit in between postures. Okay, draw the belly in and up, inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, bend the left knee down. Check that your torso is still directly above your hips and the back leg is really active. Push the heel down, engage the quadricep, and then finally you can look along your left arm. Have a little peek down and check that you can see your big toe. If not, push the knee out to the little toe side of the foot. And then gazing at a single point. Really stretching through to the fingertips, long fingers, wide palms, stretching across the chest and the upper back. Take the mind again to the back leg, push the heel down, engage the quadricep, and then from that anchor, see if you can sit down a little bit more to the left. Keeping the breath flowing. Check your back arm is still in line with the shoulder, put the shoulders down away from the ears. Sit down one more time. And then gaze to the front, straighten that leg, bring the hands onto the hips, elbows back, draw the belly in, inhale, lift the chest, And exhale, sit down again. Coming to that 90-degree position, beginning with the torso still directly above the hips. So never be in a rush to kind of get to the end point of the posture, but use each of the positions as we get into the posture kind of as a posture in itself. So when I'm in this position, how is my alignment? Is my belly still in? Is my chest lifted with the elbows back? Then we take the elbow to the knee. You can use that elbow to push the knee back. Take the top arm up and over, drawing the belly in, extend the fingers away, starting to turn the tummy and the chest up towards the ceiling. Either keep that elbow resting on the knee, or you can bring the fingertips down, no weight on the fingers. Using the knee to push back into the elbow, or if you've got your elbow on the knee, use the elbow to push the leg back. Make sure that straight leg is still really active, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, turn the torso up towards the ceiling. And then bring your gaze to the front, keep the legs where they are, come up through warrior two, and then straighten that front leg. Turn the feet round, edge in a bit if you need to, and step or hop back to mountain pose. Body weight back over the heels, lift the chest, and extend the fingertips down towards the floor. And breathe. Body weight back over the heels. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, extending the fingers down. Okay, hands on hips, bend the knees, step or hop to a wide stride for triangle pose. Turn the left foot in slightly, the right foot out all the way, both legs really straight, so engage those quadriceps, push the heels down, draw the belly in, inhale, outstretch the arms, and exhale, lengthen out to the right, really exaggerating, keeping this right side of the body nice and long, and then bringing the hand down just to wherever it rests. You might be able to come all the way down, but focusing on keeping this length here and the top shoulder up and back. Extend the top arm up, and if you wish, you can bring your gaze up towards the ceiling as well. Both legs are really straight, so engage those quadriceps, draw the belly in, lengthen the crown of the head away from the hips, really keep that long torso, drawing the right hip back behind you. Keep the breath flowing. And then just come up a little bit, draw the belly in, and bring the arms up in line with your head if you want to, or you can stay down in the regular posture. Really using those core muscles to support the weight of the torso. If you come up even more, it's going to be easier. Find the place that's right for you. Both legs still straight. Smile will help. And then come all the way up. Turn the arms, relax, turn the right foot round, and just rest for a moment in the middle. Body weight back over the heels, engaging the quadriceps. And then we go to the other side. So turn your right foot in slightly, left foot out all the way, fully rotating that leg. Both legs straight, engage those quadriceps, draw the belly in. Inhale, outstretch the arms, and then lengthen out to the left, really exaggerating that length here on the underside of the body. Find the position that's suitable for you. Top arm reaches up and away, shoulders down away from the ears. And if you wish, you can bring the gaze up towards the top hand, or you can keep the gaze forward. Keep the breath flowing, really drawing the belly in. Are those legs actively straight? So are you engaging the quadriceps, lengthening the crown of the head away from the hips, bringing the chin a little bit closer to the shoulder if you're looking up. And then come up a little bit, bring the arms in line with the ears, squeeze that belly in, turn the torso up a little bit. If you start to face down to the ground, extend the fingers away, both legs are active. Finding the position that's challenging for you, engage those quadriceps one more time. And then coming all the way up, turn your foot round and step or hop back to mountain pose. Spread your toes, body weight back, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down and breathe. Okay, step your feet to a hip distance stride for chair pose. Have a look down, check that the outside edges of your feet are parallel. So turn the toes in ever so slightly into a little bit of a pigeon toe stance. Bring the body weight back, lift the arches, lift the kneecaps, draw the belly in, lift the front of the pelvis. Inhale, take the arms up above the head, palms facing in towards each other, or you can have the hands on the hips with the elbows back, whichever's best for you. Lift up out of the waist, whichever position you're in, and then sit down, making sure that knees aren't going in or out, but keep them directly above the heels. Body weight is back in the heels, so really sit back into those heels, draw the belly in, tailbone goes down, we're in a back bend here. Belly is really drawing into the spine, lift the chest up a little bit more, extend up out of the waist with the hands, and keep the breath flowing. See if you can sit down a little bit more, keeping that belly in, body weight back on the heels, one more, lift the chest, one more. Really lifting the sternum up, finding that back bend. And then stand up all the way. Bring the arms down and come back to mountain pose. Let it go, body weight back, chest lifted, fingers down. Okay, same thing with the feet together, spread the toes, body weight back, chest lifted, hands on hips or up above the head as you prefer. Lift up out of the waist and then sit down with the knees together. Body weight's back in the heels, belly drawing strongly in towards the spine, chest lifted. Keep the breath flowing. See if you can sit down a little bit more. Lift the chest one more. Drawing the fingers back, opening across the front of the shoulders. And then stand up all the way. Bring the arms down, body weight back, chest lifted, and breathe. Okay, hands on hips, step or hop to slightly narrower stride for warrior 1 into 3. So we pick up the left toes, turn them in, pick up the left heel, turn it out, push that heel down, engage the quadricep, and then turn the right foot out all the way. Coming to face the side now. Squeeze your inner thighs together to bring that left hip round, and then really engage this left glute. So sending the tailbone down, but keeping that leg really strong and active. Draw the belly in, inhale, take the arms up above the head, palms facing in towards each other. Lift up out of the waist, mind in the back foot, push that heel down as you sit down, bending the right leg. So only sitting down so far as you can, keeping the heel down and the quadricep lifted. Squeeze the inner thighs together again, drawing the belly in and lifting the arms up, lifting up out of the waist. Either hold it here or you can go into a back bend. If so, you're going to be lifting up as much as possible before going back just a little bit. And just continuing like that, lifting up out of the waist and then back a little bit. Finding the bend in the upper back. Keep that back leg really active, pushing the heel down, quadricep lifted, belly drawing in towards the spine. And then coming back to neutral. Reset just a moment in the center here, and then we're going to come forward into our warrior 3. So really draw the belly in towards the spine before you start to lean forwards over that front leg. And transferring the weight, lift the back leg up. If If you've got something to hold on to here, go ahead and do so. If you're holding on, you can work on your alignment more, really focusing on trying to bring that left hip square with the floor. Or you might be working on balance, gazing at a single point, extending crown of the head away, back leg up more, upper body down more. And then again, belly to spine as you slowly tip out of it, land in your warrior one, straighten your right leg, turn the foot round, and rest your arms down by your sides. Reset your feet if you need to, 2 heels in 1 line, body weight back, chest lifted. Pick up the right toes and turn them in, heel out, push that heel down, engage this quadricep, and then turn the left foot out all the way. Bring the hips around, squeeze the inner thighs together, and really squeeze now this left glute, sending the tailbone down towards the floor, lengthening here through the lower back. Draw the belly in, lift up out of the waist, take the arms up above the head, extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms facing in towards each other. Mind to the back leg, push that heel down, engage the quadricep, and then bend your front knee as much as you can without losing the contact of that back foot. Really draw the belly in, squeeze the inner thighs together to bring that right hip round a little bit more, extending up out of the waist. Hold it here if you wish, or go into a back bend, lifting up, before slowly, gradually tracing the fingertips along the ceiling, finding that stretch in the upper back, bending in the thoracic spine, belly in, lift up, move back. And then come back to neutral. Draw the belly in again, gaze at a single point in front of you, start to lean forwards over that front leg, transfer the weight forwards, lift the back leg up, and come down into your warrior three. Again, feel free to hold on to something if you wish. Belly to spine, trying to square the hips down with the floor, extend the fingertips away, gazing at a single point, back leg up a little bit more, body down a little bit more. Keeping the breath flowing. And then again, gaze at the single point, belly in, and slowly come back, land in your warrior one, straighten your front leg, feet round, arms down, and step back to your mountain pose. And breathe, body weight back, chest lifted, extend the fingers down towards the floor. Okay, come to the end of your mat, step your feet to a hip distance, body weight back over the heels, engage the quadriceps, take the arms up overhead or hands on hips with the elbows back. We'll go forward, in and out of the forward bend a few times as we usually do. So legs as straight as possible throughout this. Inhale, lift the chest, long front body, keep that long front body. As you exhale down, coming down only so far as you can without rounding the lower back here. Inhaling up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then exhaling, coming down. Doing this with the rhythm of your own breath. Arms in line with the ears, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, or hands on hips, drawing the elbows back, keeping that chest open. And really throughout the movement, focusing on maintaining that length of the front body, so you're not rounding down at all, you're just finding the movement in the pelvis, drawing the belly in towards the spine, especially at the bottom of the movement, and squeezing those glutes at the top. Okay, and then stop, pause at your forward fold. Engage the legs one more time if you need to. Really draw the belly in, lengthening the sternum away. See if you can turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling a little bit. So you might be a little bit higher if the hamstrings are tight. You might be lower if your hamstrings are very open. Really keeping that front of the body long, gazing forwards. And then bend your knees as much as you need to. Lay your stomach down on your thighs and bring the hands to the floor, relaxing the head. Might give your head a little bit of a shake here, just to relax it completely. And take some deeper breaths into the belly. And then really focus on keeping that contact between the stomach and the thighs. So you might need to bend your knees a little bit more to achieve that. See if you can just lift up the hips a little bit, but focusing on really keeping that strong contact between the stomach and the thighs, the chest and the knees. Keep the breath long and smooth. And then bring the gaze forwards. Bend your knees a little bit more and step your feet back to your plank position. Really push the floor away. Legs are straight and engaged. Glutes are squeezing down, turning that tailbone down, keeping the belly drawing in towards the spine. And hold it here. Shoulders away from the ears. And then just push back to a downward dog. Keep the knees bent. Heels up off the floor. You can walk out the legs a little bit. Relax the head. Allow it to hang down. Pushing the body weight back towards the feet. And then bring your knees down, knees wide, toes together, and just rest for a moment. You can stack your hands, rest your forehead on your stacked hands if that feels good. Or if you want to keep a bit more active, you can extend the fingertips away, using the fingertips to lengthen the torso. And then draw the belly in and start to roll up. So we're going to go through that little vinyasa sequence that we do quite a lot. And the first time that we go through, I'm just going to pause in each position and give you a lot more cues. So the first time we go through, I want you to really focus on finding the detail in each of the positions. And then we'll do 5 or whatever repetitions to go through a little bit quicker. If when we're in the holding positions, if it's too much for you to hold it, obviously don't hold it so long. Do feel free to come out or drop your knees to the floor if you need to. So we'll start in a all fours position to get back into our down dog. So spread the fingers nice and wide, engage with the ball of the first finger joint, really push that down into the floor, push the floor away, even in this nice easy all fours position. Start to draw the belly in, engaging the lower abs and making sure that the spine's in a neutral position. So we're not here or here, but just in a nice neutral spine. And then tuck the toes under, knees should be hip distance apart. And then you're going to push the body weight back towards the heels. And just here start to activate the arms. So see if you can push back so much that the knees come up off the floor a little bit here. Relax the head completely. Take a breath in and then keeping the upper body back. So really keep that engagement through the arms. Just lift the hips straight up, turning in the hip sockets, coming to the downward dog position. So again, here the focus is really not on straight legs, it's trying to find the neutral position in your spine. So everybody bend your knees a little bit more, turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then maybe or maybe not you can re-straighten the legs a little bit, but not at the expense of rounding the back. Really push the body weight back out of the hands towards the feet. And maybe you can straighten the legs a little bit more, maybe you can bring the heels down. But focus on finding that turn in the pelvis, turning the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Really push the hands, shoulders up by the ears. And then draw the belly in towards the spine and very slowly start to come forwards, coming through an arch back to your plank position. Push the floor away, squeeze the glutes, tailbone down, so this is the opposite pelvic action. So in the down dog, we're trying to turn the tailbone up. Now we're trying to turn the tailbone down, drawing the belly in really strong through the legs, squeezing those quadriceps, active, gazing just in front of your hands. Whole body engaged, arms pushing the floor away, shoulders protracted. And then we're going to start to rock forward slightly, elbows in tight so they should come back past the rib cage, lowering it down into your chaturanga. If you need to drop your knees, do so. But even with the knees dropped, keep your glutes engaged, turning the tailbone down. And then coming up to your up dog. So we can, whichever's good for you, you can roll onto the tops of the feet or stay up on the toes. Again, squeezing the glutes, turning the tailbone down, push the floor away, shoulders away from the ears, keeping the breath flowing, gazing just in front of you. You can drop the hips if you need to make this a bit more relaxed. But if the hips are dropped, make sure you've still got that engagement in the glutes, still working through the arms. And then rolling over the feet, coming back to your downward dog. Okay, let's just rest a moment. So knees down, just a couple of breaths. You can bring the arms back if you want to, stack the hands, whichever's good for you. And then draw the belly in, come to your all fours position. And we'll go again, but a little bit faster this time with the rhythm of the breath. Tuck the toes under, push the hips back, relax the head, really active through the arms. Take a breath in and breathing out. Extend the hips straight up, find your downward dog position. Belly in towards the spine as you rock forwards into your plank, push the floor away. Exhaling down to your chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhaling to your up dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling to your down dog. Go with the rhythm of your own breath. And let's do, if you can, 5 more repetitions. If you need to just rest in child's pose, feel free to do so. Dropping the knees if you need to. But always Keeping those elbows in tight on the chaturanga. And when you're in your downward dog, tailbone goes up towards the ceiling. When you're in plank and chaturanga, tailbone goes down towards the floor. Okay, and then next time you're in your downward dog, knees wide, toes together, drop the hips back and rest, breathing into the back of the body. And then draw the belly in, roll yourself up and make your way down to be on your belly. Either go straight down or come through a chaturanga, squeezing those glutes, hovering for just a couple of breaths, and then making your way all the way down to the floor. So take a moment to extend your legs away from you. So lift up one toe, extend it away, lengthening through the front of the body here. Tops of the feet flat on the floor, and see if you can be even here so that the big toe and the little toe side of the foot are evenly pressing down. You're not turning in or out. Then engage the quadriceps so that the kneecaps pop up and squeeze the tailbone down, lengthening the lower back here. Take the arms either side of the chest, elbows in tight as if you're trying to grip your rib cage with your elbows. Draw the belly in, roll a ball away with your chin, and slowly come up into your cobra pose. So don't come up too high here. You're really using the back muscles to lift the upper body. Are your legs still active? So tops of the feet pushing down, quadriceps really active, lifting those kneecaps up, squeezing the glutes down, chest comes forward, so lengthening the sternum up, elbows squeezing in tight, shoulders down away from your ears, and keeping the breath flowing. See if you can come up a little bit more. And then slowly release down. Turn your head to the right hand side. Relax your arms, relax your legs, feet fall out to the side, heels fall out, and breathe into your lower back. Okay, bring the chin forward. Bring the arms up above the head with the little finger side of the hand on the floor. In fact, don't bring your chin forward, rest your forehead on the floor. And then we're gonna lift everything up, but engaging through the legs first. So straighten the legs so that the kneecaps pop off the ground. Squeeze the glutes so that you're pushing the tailbone down. Draw the belly in, take an inhale, and then lift legs up and chest up, arms staying in line with the ears. Keep the breath flowing. Glutes are really active, no bend in the knees, so really keep those quadriceps working. See if you can draw the shoulders down away from the ears a little bit as you lift the arms up a little bit more. Keep the breath flowing, legs active, fingertips drawing away from the body. Lift up a little bit more. And then slowly, with control, release down. Bring the arms down and turn your head to the left. Toes together, heels fall out to the side. Breathe into the back of the body. Okay, bring the chin forward, palms facing down, either side of you. You can bring the arms out if you've got space, or go for the fighter jet version if you haven't got space like me. Bring the legs together this time. See if you can still maintain that evenness of the big toe and the little toe side of the foot on the floor. So sometimes when we bring the legs together, we can kind of try to bring the heels together and then get that external rotation in the legs. I don't want you to do that. I want you to try and keep your heels apart and keep the little toe side of the feet down as well. Engage your quadriceps so the kneecaps pop off, squeeze the glutes, sending the tailbone down, draw the belly in, take an inhale and lift everything up off the floor. So big toes together, but heels are not together, keeping that neutral rotation in the legs. Really squeeze the glutes, lift the legs up a little bit more, lift the chest up a little bit more, turn the palms forward and open across the chest, extending the fingertips away. Keeping the breath flowing here. Legs are really straight, no bend in the knees. Lift the legs up one more and the chest up one more. Maybe smile. And then slowly release down. Let the heels fall out to the side. Turn your head to the right. Relax the arms. And breathe into the lower back. Okay, and then bring the chin forwards and just come up to a little baby cobra so that you can look at the screen a moment. So we're going to do locust pose. You've got two options here. You can either go like this with the hands either side of the body, palms facing down, or you can lift, put your toes under, lift your hips up and bring the palms underneath the body with the, again, the palms facing down, little fingers touching. So it really depends kind of what's comfortable for your hands and elbows. So if you haven't already, we can go into that together. So start with the palms facing up, push the hips up, flip the hands over so they come underneath the body, and then rest your hips back down onto your feet, or have the hands either side of your hips if this is not comfortable for you. And then relax your left leg completely, engage the right leg, extend the toes away, and then lift the leg up just so far as you can, but keeping your hip bone, your right hip bone on your forearm or on the floor. So not twisting up like this, keeping that hip bone down. Leg is straight, engage the quadricep, engage the glute, lift the leg up as much as you can without losing the contact between the hip bone and the arm. Keep the breath flowing. And then slowly release that leg down, relax the right leg, engage the left leg, kneecap pops off. Draw the toes away from the body, and then inhale, lift up just so far as you can, keeping the hip bone down, so no twisting here. Engaging the quadricep, engaging the glute, keeping the breath flowing. Lift up a little bit more, and then slowly bring that leg down, and then we do both legs together. Readjust your hands if you need to, work the fingertips down a little bit closer to the feet. Squeeze the legs together, engage the quadriceps so that the kneecaps lift up, squeeze the glutes, and then lift the legs up a little bit. So you're not going to get much height here, or probably not, but there's still plenty of work to be done. So squeezing those glutes, use the hands in the floor to push the floor away. And then slowly release down. Release your hands, turn your head to the left, and breathe into your lower back. Bring your chin forward, hands either side of your chest, and push yourself up and back to a child's pose, perhaps with the knees together this time, stacking the hands or bringing the arms by the sides of the legs, and then using the pressure of the belly on the thighs to send the breath into the back of the body. And then draw the belly in, and roll yourself up, re-stacking the body, rolling the shoulders back at the top, and we'll come over onto our back sides. Take a moment to align your feet, so feet hip distance apart, outside edges of the feet parallel with the mat, and then you use your elbows to lower yourself down. Might need to bring your feet in a little bit more, and we're going to do bridge pose. Start by pushing the elbows into the floor and drawing your shoulder blades down underneath you to open across the chest, and then extend the fingers down towards the feet, palms facing down towards the floor. And we'll do a couple really slowly here, trying to articulate through the spine. So if you bring the legs closer to your body, that's going to give you more of a back bend and might be a bit more stress on the lower back. If you bring the feet further away from your body, it's going to be more work for your legs, but less intense on the back. So you can always experiment with what position is right for you. And then start by drawing the belly towards the spine and just turning the tailbone up towards the ceiling a little bit. So just a tiny movement here, starting to engage that lower abdominal muscle and lifting the tailbone up. From there, continue the movement very slowly, rolling up through the spine, coming up to your bridge pose. And once you're at the top, no turning of the head from side to side, so keep your gaze straight up towards the ceiling so that you don't hurt your neck. Squeeze the glutes, really pushing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, finding a little bit of length in the lower back, and activating the glutes to lift the pelvis up here. If you want to take it into more of a back bend, push your shins back towards your face, and that's going to lift you up even higher. If you want to interlace your fingers underneath your body, you can do so, or keep the palms flat on the floor. And then release the hands if you've got them interlaced, and very slowly again start to bring the upper back down, squeeze the belly in, keep that tailbone lifted up, very slowly rolling down to the mid back, and really seeing if you can bring the tailbone down last of all, and releasing the glutes and the abs at the bottom. Bring the soles of the feet together and just allow the legs to come out to the side for a moment. Supine Padma Konasana, and breathing here. Okay, feet again, hip distance. You can adjust them closer to your body or further away as you wish. And then again, drawing the belly in, start to turn the tailbone up towards the floor, rolling up through the spine, coming up into your bridge pose. Really squeeze the glutes. Knees should be directly above your ankles, so not falling out to the side or falling in. And if you want to push the shins a little bit closer towards your face, you can. And then very slowly coming down. And at the bottom, you can let the knees fall out. Soles of the feet together, and breathe into the belly. Okay, one more time. Bring the feet up. If you want to, if you know it and you want to go into the full back bend here, you can, or you can just do bridge again. So if you're going into the full back bend, you're going to bring your hands with the fingers facing towards your shoulders, or if you're going into your bridge again, just palms facing down on the floor. And then same thing, draw the belly in, start to turn the tailbone up first, and if you're going to the full back bend, you can push down into your hands. And at the top, same thing, squeezing the glutes, lifting the tailbone up, holding it there, nice opening down the whole front of the body. And then slowly, if you're in the full, coming down, tucking the chin in. And again, see if you can find that very slow release down to the floor, articulating through the spine. Bring the knees in towards the chest and just gently hug the knees in. You can roll from side to side, massaging over the lower back. You can go a little bit further to each side, see how far you can control it without falling over to the side completely. Maybe letting yourself fall over to the side completely. Whatever feels good for you. And then one more time, we're going to rest in Supine Baddha Konasana. So again, experimenting here, you can bring the legs, the feet further away from your body or closer. It's going to be a bit more intense on the hips. You can rest your hands on your belly and just take a couple of deep breaths into the hands. Really breathing into the belly. Relax your chest, relax the shoulders. And then we'll make our way into Shavasana. Again, push your elbows into the floor, draw the shoulder blades down underneath you, push the feet into the floor, lengthen the tailbone down towards your feet. Extend your legs. Allow the feet to fall out to the side, palms face up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes and just make any final adjustments so that you can be comfortable and still as we rest in Shavasana. Bring your awareness down into the toes, the soles of the feet, and the tops of the feet. And bring your awareness into your ankles, shins and calves, and into the knees and the thighs. Bring your awareness into the pelvis, feeling the weight of the bones, sinking down into the floor. Bring your awareness up through the torso, relaxing the belly, chest soften. And bringing the awareness into your shoulders and down through the arms. Feeling the back of the hand resting on the floor. The palm of the hand turning up, feeling the air on the hands and the fingers. And then bring your awareness up into your neck and head, relaxing all the muscles of the face, relax the jaw, the tongue. Bringing the awareness to the lower lip, upper lip, nose and cheeks. Relaxing the eyes, the eyelids, the eyebrows and the forehead. Soften, let go. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Feeling the gentle movement of the abdomen as you inhale, belly rises. And as you exhale, the belly falls. Anytime you notice the mind wandering, you need to judge or criticize, just bring your awareness gently back to the body, back to the breath, back to this moment. And then slowly start to bring the breath back to a more normal level, breathing down deep into the belly. Noticing what it feels like to take that deeper breath of air. And slowly start to invite some movement back into the toes and the fingers. Notice what it feels like. And slowly, when you're ready, you can draw the legs up and start to make your way back to a seated position. Sit cross-legged or on your knees, however's comfortable for you. Sitting up straight one last time. Close your eyes and rest your hands on your thighs, or bring them to a prayer position with the thumbs resting on the sternum. Bow your chin towards your chest. Take a moment to notice yourself, to give thanks, and then raise your head and open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me.